How's it going, everyone? This is the old gaming blog here, playing Terraria. And this is the 1.2 update. Finally, after more than a year of waiting for this, and after me making countless videos on this, we finally have the 1.2 update. Now, I'm going to go for the changelog and what's new, and I'm gonna read you guys the patch notes basically. Bear in mind, I'm gonna try to be a little bit vague about some of them, so this video doesn't take about 2 hours to do, because there are so many changes, so many. Now I'm going to separate this in categories. There is going to be in the link in the description where you can read all this if you want, instead of listening to me speaking. Without further ado, let us go for the first one. Here's the full Terraria 1.2 changelog. Bug fixes. You can no longer craft items or money by placing items in the trash. You can no longer sell your gold to NPCs. Music box and chest duping no longer works. Bunnies and goldfish spawned from statues no longer drop money during a blood moon. Equipping items to the social slot in German no longer crashes the game. The game will no longer create a random password during multiplayer world generation. You can now reforge in all languages. Active blocks will no longer become inactive with a chest on them. Fixed the bug that would cause a suitable house to be unsuitable. Fixed a lot of bugs that were not listed here. Now, mechanics and gameplay. Now, this is where it becomes really long, because there's so many things that have been added. Now, enemies now have a health bar, so when you attack an enemy, underneath them is going to be a health bar. There is now a mini-map, an overlay that only shows tiles of the brightest they have ever been. The map can be toggled using Tab, M, or 3D map icons. M has been remapped for a map feature. J is now the default button for menu use. There is now an extended crafting menu that will show everything you can craft. Some items now stack to 999. Character slots have been increased to 1,000. World slots have been increased to 1,000. The starting female clothes have been modified. There are several new hairstyles. Character creation has been remodeled. Chest sizes have been doubled. Your inventory space has been increased by 10 blocks. You can no longer need to jump to ascend single blocks. The hammer is now only used for creating slopes, high lifts, and breaking walls only. The axe is now only used for chopping down trees and giant mushrooms. Pickaxes will now remove blocks, placeable objects, and items such as life crystals and chests. You can now paint any solid tile or item. Die slots have been added. You will now start with 10 of mana. You can now craft early game magic robes and staves. Bricks, wood, stone, and glass all now blend together. Mana crystals only require 5 fallen stars to craft, down from 10. If water touches a half tile, it will create a waterfall. Your world has a chance to get alternative ore as a replacement for copper, iron, silver, and gold. Your world has a chance of have a replacement for the corruption. Your world has a chance to get alternative ores as a replacement for cobalt, mithril, and adamantite. Your world has a rare chance to have a pyramids or living tree spawn during world generation, each containing their own loot table. There's a new Hardmore jungle temple. There are now beehives that can be found in the jungle. There are now several new backgrounds and 3 variations your world has a chance to generate. Water will now change color based on the biome you are in and the depth underground. Ropes are now found early in the game and can be used to craft rope coils for traversing the world. Chains can now be placed and used as a rope mechanism. Mushrooms, grass seeds can now grow the spread of the ground. There are now 3 colors of wires. Actuators can be used to make any solid tile active and inactive. There is 1 new liquid type that can be found in the jungle. There are several new fountains that will change the color of water when they are placed nearby. Pearlstone bricks no longer spread halo. Rain and blizzards have been added. There is a new snow biome with unique treasures and items for normal and hard mode. Enemies are no longer trigger underground pressure plates. There are new pressure plates that can only be triggered by certain things, such as the player, enemies, or both. Clowns will no longer blow up tiles. There are several new buffs and debuffs. There are now mini capture and gem addition to the game. You can craft large gems that draw a gem icon above the player holding the gem. And if the player is killed, the gem will be dropped next to their corpse. There are 2 new hard mode events. Werewolf form has been buffed and can take place every night. Broken armor debuff only lasts 2 minutes and down from 5 minutes. You can now use a pickaxe to remove armor from a mannequin. Players no longer take double damage in PvP. Items of the same type will now stack when next to each other. When using a gravitation potion, your world will invert rather than your character. You can no longer become invincible when touching fire blocks. Increasing speed at which you can buy stacks of tanks. Now let's go to some graphical changes. The sun is now brighter. Midnight is now darker. The sky has a smooth gradient. There are several items that had graphical upgrades such as gems, color torches, mini shark, Aquaceptor, Star Fury, and much more. There are now stalagmites, icicles, moss plants, rocks, and other piles added to enhance the environment. There are several new mini caves that can be found with unique backgrounds. Each biome will now have chests and pots with unique graphics. The dungeon now has 3 unique textures, colors, and furniture. Hell houses have been remodeled. Floating islands have been remodeled. Each biome will now have unique textures and wood types. Each brick now has its own unique texture. Each brick wall now has its own unique texture. Torches are now animated and can be placed on walls. Common enemies such as demon eyes, skeletons, and zombies have all been given graphical variations. There are several new tombstones. All objects in the game that sparkle will now sparkle with a corresponding color. Let's move on to the recipes and items. In total, there are over 1,000 new items added to the game. There are 10 new ores, there are 4 new wood types, there are 31 new brick types. You can now imbue melee weapons. There are several new arrow and bullet types, several new crafting stations. There are several new wands used for crafting new bricks and brick walls. You can now craft bricks, walls, and furniture out of several new materials. Slime, bone, mushroom, living wood, flesh, silt, and many, many more. You can now craft jester arrows. There are 12 new wing types. There are several new vanity sets. There are a lot of new rare drops added to enemies. You can now craft stained glass. There is an item in hard mode that allows you to change biomes. There is an item in hard mode that allows you to increase your max health. There are 29 new tinker combinations. Several new items have been added to the game that are used for crafting. Sorry guys, I'm lost where I was now. And oh yeah, I was in the graphical changes. All objects in the game that spark. No, I was in recipes now. Sorry. I just got lost. Okay, there we go. Several new items have been added to the game that are used for crafting dice. Star Fury now acts as a melee weapon and has its damage increase. Aquaceptor has been redesigned and does slightly more damage for less mana. Chests now have larger loot tables. You can now make picks instead of drills and axes instead of chainsaws in late game tiers. Increase the drop rate of souls. There are over 50 paintings that can be collected randomly throughout the world. Jungle armor no longer requires gems. The amount of meteorite required for crafting has been decreased. Meteorite armor has more defense and does more damage. Silt and slush can be extracted into useful materials, items, and money. Each boss has a rare chance to drop a placeable boss trophy. Hooks can now be crafted out of gems. Depth meter is no longer craftable. Stars can now be crafted with bottles to make a new light source. Floating island chests no longer require a key. Gems and bars can be placed. Items made from hellstone now require less hellstone. Now let's go to the NPCs. There are 8 new friendly NPCs. There are 4 new bosses. And there are over 100 new enemies. Now, friendly NPCs will sell different items depending on certain conditions, such as time of the day or biome that they are living in. Hard mode bosses have a chance to spawn on their own to help players progress through the game. Current hard mode bosses now do slightly less damage and have their health decreased. There is a rare spawn mini-boss that can be found during blizzards in the above ground ice biome. There are over 15 new pets that can be found in chests and drop rarely off enemies. Early hard mode enemies now do less damage and have health defense. Skeletron can now be summoned and has a small loot table. Let's move on to music. There are 50 new tracks to the game, 3 of which are from the console version of the game. Daytime 2 will loop into Daytime 1 to add variation above ground. Desert, Ocean, Glowing Mushrooms, Dungeon, and Space all over their own tracks now. Let's go on over the performance and miscellaneous updates. The game now only loads assets when needed, reducing the amount of RAM used. Optimize data to reduce RAM usage. The game will now ask you if you want to use UPnP automatically, port forwards, when hosting multiplayer games. Now, this is pretty much all the updates I got for you guys. And they say it is 1.2. It feels more like a 2.0. There is just so much new additions to the game. It is ridiculous with the amount of things that they have added to the game. This game has been worth the money that you pay for it about 4 times over now. You know, now with many other games, this kind of content would be paid DLC, but not with Terraria. With Terraria, you just have it as a patch. What they call a patch, I call a massive game changing. There are so many new additions, it is ridiculous, and I'm dead. Anyways, this is the patch notes, and this is on the video itself is my first impressions. This is the very first time I played the 1.2 version. Now, as many of you might know, I've been playing Minecraft for quite a while now, and I do have some videos on my channel of Minecraft. Now, this one in particular is just the 1.2 version, which I know many YouTubers have been playing for a while as well. They got it a few days earlier. Some bigger YouTubers. No, I just got it today like everyone. And I was excited that the creator, the guy that's been working on this, did honestly say that finally got us a release date. And it is finally here. Now, when and if is this update going to consoles, I have absolutely no idea. I do not know if this patch is live on consoles at the moment or if it's going to end in the near future. Now, I know the date and I know when it was going to be going for the PC version. I know it's out on the PC. I do not know when it's going to be out on consoles. So for the ones who play this on consoles, you gotta have a little bit more patience and you gotta wait for a little bit longer until this is released for you. But any questions that you have, any suggestions, anything that you want to see me do in Terraria, please leave me a comment below. Let me know. Also, let me know what you think. Do you even own the game? If you don't, I really, really recommend you to get this game. It is a fantastic must-have game for pretty much any gamer out there, and anyone that wants it, you should really play it. It is a fantastic game. I bought this game for about £2. I'm not 100% sure how much it costs right now, but I would guess this game is like a $5 game, perhaps even less than that, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Again, I have to check. I bought this in a while. But let me tell you, this game is definitely worth the money. There is multiplayer, which I do want to do some multiplayer gameplay, and I might even host my own multiplayer server. If you guys want to play with me, we can also play this multiplayer if you own the game. I'm not 100% sure when they're going to release this for iOS and Android. They didn't give a release date at the moment. A lot of people keep asking me when are they going to release this. I don't know at the moment. I honestly don't. I know they're planning on it. They're making it, but as you can see, the guy that's been making this has been very, very busy. Again, guys, this is, by the way, this is a brand new world with a brand new character. This world is a medium world. I'm not 100% sure how big or how small it is. I don't know yet. I think the first time I've played this, I played it on a small world. Character-wise, I'm not 100% sure about the new hairstyles. I don't think I've really seen much, if any. Perhaps there's 1 or 2 in there, but I don't think I've seen much. Other than that, I noticed you start with mana. The mini-map, I don't know where to move it on the screen as well, so if you guys know that and you want to let me know, thank you very much. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you comment and give it a like and share it if you guys want to see. Link will be in the description where you can read all about the patch notes. I will definitely want to play this more. And I didn't want to play Terraria until the 1.2 update was here, which it is now. I might do some live streams, which I've been planning on. My internet is terrible to do live streams, unfortunately. So I will try my best to do that, and I'll definitely bring you guys some 15 minutes of gameplays, unless you want more, then ask. That's pretty much it, so peace out. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, you can hit that like button. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook for all my video updates. Oh, and subscribe on YouTube. Want to see more of this series? Check out the playlists on the left side or the previous or the next video of this series.